Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the controversies that Feather Client has been facing and what all exactly happened. Now if you all don't know much about Feather Client, it's a new Minecraft Forge based client which is made by the developers of PvP Launch client as well. It's a client that is really popular right now and many people say it's the best client to exist. It claims to boost FPS like no other client. It also lets you add any mods that you want, just like Forge. It's in beta right now and you need to pay $12.5 to get access, but you also get a cape with it and an invite to add another friend as well. So basically for $12.5 you get 2 whitelists to the client and a cape. Now one of my friends gifted me Feather Client access as well and I've used Feather Client. My personal experience with Feather Client was okayish. I don't notice much of a difference from Lunar Client because honestly the FPS for me is almost the same. It's negligible. There's almost no improvement. And for me, whenever I launch Feather Client, it takes at least 15 minutes for it to not lag, because when I launch the FPS is very low, but then slowly but gradually it increases and then it stays consistent. One nice thing that I've noticed about this client is I have exceptional hit registration. My hit reg is just awesome with this client. Other than that, it's a pretty decent experience, but I honestly prefer Lunar Client over it. Anyways, let's see what the controversies were about. On February 2nd, 2022, N4BY posted a thread on the Hypixel forums titled Feather Client, What You Should Know About This Client, client both times in quotes. They start with a disclaimer saying they hate Feather Client, but as much as they do not condone any harassment of the staff members involved in this, although they've included screenshots of the people who have contributed into the making of this. They point out that Feather has blatantly just copied other mods' code. For example, Patcher made by Skier. They said that even though Skier said you can include Patcher in the launcher, he did not say that you could steal major features from Patcher and implement it into the client, which Feather clearly did. And that's evident from the screenshots that are provided. And they further went on to point out that this wasn't just Patcher, but they also did this with Sodium. And they also provided a screenshot to support their statement. And there are more screenshots of the code that Feather copied from Sodium blatantly. Now I'm guessing a creator or a developer or any person who was involved in the making of Feather Client said something very not logical. So the person who made this post, N4BY, they made a meme out of what they said, and it's pretty funny, but also I really just can't understand why anyone would say what they said. They're clearly denying credit here to the original mod makers, and that doesn't fit right with me. Another point of this entire post is that mod developers are not supporting Feather Client anymore. For example, Skytills, the mod, they just are incompatible with Feather now. There's a screenshot of why Skytills was removed from Feather by Skytills itself, and mainly they just use their mod without permission and point out how Feather is obfuscated and filled with bad code. One more thing, Feather modifies mix-in internals, which can break during a relaunch. There's a very big privacy issue as well with Feather Client, so some people face debug issues and all. And the mod from Feather Client said that a dev or the owner might ask you to download AnyDesk to fix this problem. Now, AnyDesk isn't just a screen share app. It also allows someone to remote control someone else's computer. And honestly, for me as well, it's no surprise that Feather Client stuff uses AnyDesk in some instances. And I don't think I can just trust any random new client with my computer. They could possibly control my computer for malicious intent. Although this Hypixel thread itself didn't cause much drama. The main thing that happened recently on February 22nd, 2022 was at PsycheMC on Twitter. The owner of Lunar Client, Matt, tweeted, "Imagine copying code from other mods, pasting it in your mod pack, calling it a client, then charging people $12.5 for access. Yikes." And then he linked the thread which we talked about before. Now this isn't just one tweet, there's a thread that he made. He tweeted out some other things as well, pointing out how they did the same thing with PvP launch and you needed whitelist access to their beta thing, which shut down now. He also provided a screenshot where a developer or a moderator of Feather Client says that during PvP launch there was no concept of what a client in quotes should be. Providing the screenshot, Matt said, I'm glad Lunar, Badlands, CB, and Lebimod are established clients or mod packs that could serve as a concept for them to copy and leech off. He provides another screenshot of the same guy saying, lots of hate also stems from the paid beta or whatever. People will just hate it for that. To which Matt says, is this a joke? Why is paid in quotes? You literally have to pay $12.5 to launch. Do they really not see the problem with charging people access to a client whose main selling point is being able to load in other people's mods? Get real. Someone on Feather Client's Discord seems to have said something about this tweet that Psyche made, to which Brendan replies, I mean, they're a competing client and they took a lot of things out of context, but again, we're not perfect and we're working to resolve most of the things. Matt provided this screenshot and said, I wonder what I took out of context. Was Patcher or Sodium not included in Feather? Is the client not behind a paywall? Did PvP Launch not sell whitelists for its beta? Did he not say PvP Launch failed because there was no concept of what a client should be? Give me a break. Basically, to sum all of this up, Feather Client has been accused for copying code from Patcher mod and Sodium. They're using a lot of mods without permission. They refuse to give credit about it as well. And many mod developers are not supporting Feather Client anymore. I can't really form a good opinion about this myself. So let me know what you guys think about this client and these accusations in the comments. If anything other than this related to this topic or controversy or whatever happens, I'll keep you guys updated on it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.